Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great and welcome back to the Enterprise Playwright BDD Framework series. In the previous videos, as you know, we created framework architecture, created config manager, implemented base page, and understood how feature files and step definition work together. So in today's video, we are going to create our first page object, that is login page. Okay, so in this video, we are going to create login page and learn several important concepts like what is a page object and why login page extends base page and what is inheritance and how it helps us to reuse the code and what is super keyword and why we use it and why locators are declared as private and what is the purpose of this keyword and how to create reusable page methods and how to interact with base page methods. Okay, so we are going to learn all these things, and before we get started, I would like to give you one suggestion that if you are working on a project and you have access to a real application, I would highly recommend you to use that application. Okay, so the reason is you will understand the application better and also you will identify real automation challenges and gain hands-on experience. Okay, or if you are a student or someone who doesn't currently have a project to practice on, then Orange HRM is a great application to learn. Okay, so let's get started. First, let us create a login page inside pages folder. Okay, so here our page folder, create login page, login page dot ts. Okay, so before we start coding, let us understand what is log page object. Okay, so just understand that page object represents the page in the application. Okay, so this is our page. So login page represents this page. Okay, so this contains locators and actions related to this particular page. Okay, so like what actions? So action, first action is entering the username and entering the password and click on login. Okay, so this login page or this class contains these three actions, and locators are username field, password field, and login page field. Okay, so this is what page object is. Okay, so page object represents the page in the application. Okay, so let's get started. So I've already created the file, so instead of me typing, I'll just copy one by one and I will explain. Okay, first we need to import two things. One is locator page from Playwright test and base page. Okay, so here locator is used to identify and work with the web elements, as you know, like text box, buttons, and drop downs, and page represents the browser page that Playwright interacts with. Okay, so next we need to import base page, because as you know, all the reusable actions are present in base page, like it contains click, fill, get text, and verify text. So all those methods are present in base page, so we need to import base page. Okay, so why we are importing base page? So instead of rewriting those methods again, we will simply reuse them. Okay, next is we'll create class. So export, we have to use export keyword. Class name is login page, extends, very important, extends base page. Okay, so here we are creating a class called login page, as you know, and we are extending base page, and this is called inheritance. Okay, so what do we call this? We call this inheritance. So here, by extending this base page, login page automatically gets access to all the reusable methods. Okay, so by extending this base page, what happens, what advantage we'll get is login page automatically gets access to all the reusable methods available in the base page. Okay, so the use is it avoids duplicate codes and keeps the framework maintainable. Okay, next we need to declare locators. So here, as you know, this application we need to declare three locators. So, and one is this dashboard header. I think we don't need this, leave it for now. Okay, so it's saying it's complaining value never used, but we will use that. Okay. Okay, so we know that here we are declaring the locators. Okay, so you know that locator represents the elements available on the login page. Okay, so we know we have username, password, and login button, correct? So here we are using private access keyword. Okay, so here we are declaring private keyword because these locators should only be used inside this login page. Remember, these locators should only be used inside this login page, so we are declaring it as private, and we are also making it as read only because once the locator is initialized, we do not want to change its value. So the locator, okay, so we do not want to change the value, so we are declaring it as read only. Okay, and as you know, this locator is the playwright type, represents web element, this locator. Okay. Okay, next is we need to create constructor. This is very important point. I'll remove this line. Okay. Okay, so this is important. As you know, we are creating constructor here. Okay, so you know that. Okay, so constructor is a special method that gets executed automatically whenever we create an object for the class. Okay, so here the use is the constructor receives the page object. So why we need page? So as I said, we need page so playwright can interact with. Okay. Okay, so here we are using super keyword, which is very important. Okay, so here we are using super keyword because since this login page is extending the base page, so we need to call the parent class constructor. Okay, so we are using super keyword to call the parent class constructor. So this is the parent class, and in parent class also we have declared constructor, correct? So in order to call the parent class constructor, we are using super keyword. Okay, and we are passing page here. Okay. Okay, so what's happening here is this login page and base page both are using the same page instance. Okay. Okay, and next is we are initializing the locators. Okay, so here this refers to this class. Okay, so this class means this login page class. Okay, so current class object. So what is the current class? Current class is this login page. Okay, so this is the locator, and this is the username, sorry, this is the variable, and this is the value. Okay, so here I've already identified the locators and kept. Okay. Okay, and I know you know the how to identify the locators. Okay. Okay, so these are all the locators and I'm assigning value. Okay. Okay, next is important thing is we need to create page methods. Okay, so how many page methods we need? We need three methods. One is to enter the username and password and click on login page. Okay, so first one is this enter username method. So these are called page methods, okay, because they are limited or we used only within this method. Okay, so the method name is enter username, and in order to enter the username, we need to send the username. So we are sending it here. Okay, so username, and it is of type string and promise void. Okay, because we are not returning anything using this method. Okay, so we are simply entering the value and await this dot fill. So since we want to type, we are using fill method, this dot username, this one, this dot username text box, and we pass this username, which is this username. Okay. Okay, so here we are using async and promise because this is asynchronous. Okay, so JavaScript is asynchronous, and so playwright. Okay. Okay, so the next method is enter password. So in this method also we are entering the password, and to enter the password we need to send the password. So it is of type string and it returns nothing. So promise void and await this dot fill, this dot password text field, which is this one, and send the password value. Okay, so this method we have already declared in base page. Okay, next is click login. So here I am clicking on this login button, that is this dot click. So here this we are clicking on this login button. Okay, so using this method we'll click on this login button. Okay, so next is important thing. So now, so instead of calling three separate methods every time, so I'm creating a reusable login method. Okay, so how to create reusable login method? So like this. Okay, so for now I'll ignore this verify dashboard page. Okay, so login. So in order to log in, what we need username and password, and it returns nothing. So password void. So inside this login page, I'm calling these three methods. Okay, so the methods are enter username, enter password, and click login page. Okay, so this is how we create a login method. Okay, so now you can ask me, or you might be wondering, why creating separate methods such as enter username, enter password, or click login method. Okay, so we can directly create here. Okay, so instead of writing these many methods, we could have directly type this line inside this. Okay, so the reason is reusability. Okay, so today we have only successful login scenario, but tomorrow we might need invalid or empty username validation, or empty password validation, or other scenarios. So if all the codes directly, we cannot keep all those things inside this login method, correct? So for that reason, so I'm creating separate method for each action. Okay, okay. So next time if you create a method like invalid login, so we can just call this method and enter the invalid password or invalid username. Okay, okay. So I hope this is clear. So in the next video, we will see how to connect everything together. Okay, so we will create cucumber hooks and understand the purpose of before and after hooks, and also we will see how to configure cucumber.js and update package.json script. Okay, and in the next video we will execute. Okay, okay. So thank you so much for watching, and once again, if you think you learned something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.